Hello everyone! As promised, today we'll do a different type of drawing, focusing on the default equipment that Anima Union astronauts carry when exploring the galaxy. Every astronaut needs a way to communicate, to defend himself from harm, and to properly scan and orient himself in new, unknown environments. As always, we start with no plan and just do a square-shaped thingy that looks like a radio with an antenna, and we'll see where it will end up from here. What's different and what brings me joy when I'm drawing this is that we already have our own aliens as a reference, from which we can use the same color palette to signify that these gadgets really belong to the AU. This next device will take a different turn to signify that we have both sharp and curved edges in our equipment design. I took the bendy orange parts in the middle and started thinking on how to make these contraptions more ergonomic. Tested this out by quickly drawing a hand, holding what would be a self-defense zapper, to which we'll put a more original name later on. Being consistent with these designs is very important for me, but also not putting too much borders. Okay, now switching back from where we started, the backpack would be something more similar to the first design, so going from curvy to sharp edges again. Thinking maybe that the first apparatus that we designed would go on top or on the side of the backpack. Since I'm not good with drawing hands, I took a photo of my own hand, which helped me to do the next one, which is something like a compass that works with some sort of hologram. Okay, I'm happy with this amount of devices. I may add one more, but there should not be too many of them. I'll also not go into what can be stored inside the backpack, since apart from food and water, there isn't any other default equipment there. But now when I'm thinking about it, we may do a video on a AU ration pack, a notebook, and a pen, all of them branded in this milky grayish white and orange. Okay, the suit you already know from our previous videos, but this time I'll draw it completely so that we can align all of these devices around it and show where they are actually being carried. Maybe we can do some highlights and lines, like showing where they are. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Adding some more details here to the suit. Now, I'm sure many of you know and are already thinking about the symmetry functionality that draws both left and right sides of a drawing, like in parallel. But I'm not using this today, since I don't want the exactly same pose on both sides. So I'll put one leg facing us, maybe slightly higher. Bendy parts, again, enable the legs to move in the same way as the arms. Taking our reference once more to take the colors. Maybe it's smart to do a style guide in the future videos for AU colors to have them nearby always. But our references are great, they're helping a lot, so no problemo. Since we added some metallic parts in the upper part of the suit, I added them in the arms and legs as well. I wanted the planet he's standing on to be in completely different colors. Now, let's see where these gadgets go. I will reposition them around our suit. Today, we are deliberately not showing a face, since any of our aliens can be inside of that suit. What I felt here was a slight disbalance in the drawing, like 3 items on the right and 2 on the left. Therefore, I quickly invented another one. His right vambrace will be slightly different than the left, with a rectangular part that will pop out, and a similar hologram will appear as we did with the compass. However, this scanner may not only scan materials, but a being's intention or mental state as well. adding some details to give that all worn out texture that I like. At this point, it's good to stop calling our AU scientists astronauts and actually give them a strange name that will stick. Maybe animist with a strange spelling, like someone who does the will of the Anima Union. Feel free to suggest other names in the comments below. I'm not that great at making fonts special, but I'll give it a try. Now, time to name these gadgets as well. I want to be playful with the names here to remove the seriousness of the organization. Backpack is an overly used expression, so we'll do something in the middle of back and storage and like a storage space that has a stock. So it could be like a back stock, like what's on stock on your back. Then we have our tool viewer, a scanner of sorts that gives a second insight on what we already see. So the first time we see something, it may look okay, but once we have a second view, it may turn out dangerous. That's why we use the tool viewer. I feel like in a bad advertisement. Not sure how someone feels? Get your tool viewer and be sure today. Our zapper actually calms down nervous, sentient individuals and angry, hostile beasts, so I'll simply call it a calmer. Then we have our communications device through which you talk, so it will be the U-Talk, and our compass, which tells us where we are and where we plan to be. So there it is. Here be. My pal Helion reacted drastically here, so he requested that we immediately change this. So yeah, we'll just change it to "you are here." And this strange looking rectangle will end up as a vital signs device that enables breathing in almost any environment on any planet in the galaxy. So we'll do something simple like vitality system or vital signs or VIS, something like that. Since we added our channel's logo in the upper left, I'll also do a quick frame. Then instead of giving a rectangular scroll on which the data is written, I will make a circular one. Why not? Quickly adding a shadow and some highlights. But the data doesn't yet pop out, so I want it to be a little bit brighter and the background a little bit more dark. Align the items slightly better. Do those animist letters in white, and yeah, it's a way to give the content that pop that I wanted. And a slight bluish tint so that we feel like this is a blueprint. Adding some shadows to everything so that they jump out of the drawing, and voila, we are done. I hope you liked our third video. This is already a good foundation, and we'll try to draw something completely different next time to build upon this foundation that we've created together. Thank you. Please consider liking and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one.